going through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So today I'll show you all of the working codes in Star Stable in February. And in my last video I also talked briefly about Star Stable's new article on their blog, but I just went over the updated characters section. But today I thought that I would go over, the whole article. But of course I'm going to show you all of the redeem codes first. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video as always, and if you do, make sure to subscribe, it really means a lot. But before I get into it, I actually posted a video 2 days ago, and it's a spoiler video about some new horses, updated characters, and some more. So if you're interested, I'm gonna put the link in the description and in the upper right corner. But let's get into the video now.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I ain't going back, I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and where I'll go in life still nobody knows. But I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes, and ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain.
Is the game blog for February. Star Stable titled it Star Stable February Blog, Narrative Design, Servers and Player Character Update. It was posted on February 25th, and here is what it says. We're back! The February edition of our monthly game blog introduces our inspiring creative director Mark Bullock as he shares his personal background and how it shaped his approach to the narrative and quest design for Star Stable. Our great tech lead Ismael Serrano introduces some of the changes made to the servers to improve your experience in-game, followed by our amazing producer Marie sharing some more details into what's cooking for the new player character update. Get cozy and enjoy. And it seems like you can also read the article in German, which is very nice. But anyway, the first part of the article is titled Narrative and Quest Design Update. Hello SSO players, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mark Bullock and I am a creative director at Star Stable product line. I am a recent arrival at SSE, just starting in August of last year. I would like to take this opportunity to share some personal background and professional experience and how those shape my approach to our beloved game, Star Stable Online. I grew up on a ranch in the beautiful Bitterroot Valley in Montana, where I rode horses on our property and in the surrounding hills, forests, and mountains. I had a lot of chores, but my parents also encouraged me to create an exciting make-believe world. My mother taught me art and nurtured a deep love of reading. She sewed costumes for my adventures, and my father crafted real swords and battle axes. By my mid-teens, I discovered motorcycles, and my horse riding days quickly dwindled. My sister, the real equestrian of the family, still rides nearly every day in the mountains of northern Idaho. It was also about the same time that I discovered Dungeons and Dragons, Traveler, and a host of other open and paper tabletop RPGs. My friends and I spent countless hours building worlds and having adventures in them. Little could I know that one day I'd have the opportunity to be a part of an amazing industry creating games. I fell into the video game industry quite by accident, starting out as an artist and quickly moving into level and game designer roles. Ultimately, I found myself specializing in world and narrative design, where I could fuse my art and design experience with my academic background in history, anthropology, and political science. My past experiences at studios such as Surreal, Warner Brothers, and Avalanche helped me educate, develop, and hone my methods for creating open-world games with strong narrative themes, player autonomy, and personal expression. I'm most excited by games that emulate and foster the experience I had while playing games with my friends, gathering together for creative storytelling, character cooperation, and just sharing in the unexpected highs and lows of fantastic journeys. This is where I know Star Stable shines. On the subject of storytelling and in-game narrative, it is clear that players are hungry for consistent and high-quality quests focused on the Soul Riders and Dark Riders. To satisfy this, the first initiative I took to coordinate with the Content Craft Manager to grow the writing and content creation teams. The writing team is evolving into a writer's room collaboration to allow for easy sharing of the lore at the SSO world, maintenance of character continuity, and credible growth in the storytelling. As we all know, change does occur as characters live their lives, evolving, maturing, and experiencing their world. But without proper context, these changes can be jarring, arbitrary, or even alarming. Growth within the content teams also allow us to dig deeper into the systems and mechanisms, and will facilitate the regular release of longer, compelling quests. We're developing into a highly detailed roadmap, plotting the key narrative beats, matching them against other teams' delivery schedules, and adjusting them as necessary to mitigate dependency issues prior to going into production. This is very much a living process, currently planning out 2022 and into 2023, but soon moving into 2024 and beyond. In this fashion, we'll be able to create detailed quest briefs and graphic visualization boards to evaluate and approve long before the actual production. The teams are becoming quite adept at tools to visualize and communicate some very complex dependencies and relationships. Our new approach provides a variety of strengths and advantages. Teams can move forward with confidence from one quest to the next by having a clear understanding of goals, purposes, dependencies, and relationships of the quest events, characters, and story arcs. However, if a change is required, sudden inspiration strikes, something working more or less efficiently than anticipated, etc., writers and designers can more effectively and accurately make adjustments while tracking the ripple effect forward and backward in the overall storylines while maintaining continuity and consistency. Because SSO is over 10 years old, with deep lore and a lengthy player history of experience, continuity and consistency are both extremely important and challenging. Even within the short time frame, I'm excited to see positive results as the teams, a mixture of SSO veterans and new hires, come together and rise to the challenge of creating fun and compelling content that we all desire. I'm also excited to say that the latest On the Trail of Anne represents the opening stage of greater consistency and delivery of quests quests, and it is just a part of many other initiatives occurring across the studio. I don't want to provide any spoilers, but I can say it is just the beginning of revitalizing the players and Soul Rider's story. Characters renew their purpose, old foes make appearances with new threats and challenges on the horizon. With each subsequent quest, the teams will only grow stronger and deliver the content that we all desire, both players and developers. After players have an opportunity to complete On the Trail of Anne, you can expect a blog post from the writer who collaborated closely with the design team on the creation of the narrative arc, moment-by-moment events, and character dialogue. I'm sure it will be highly informative and entertaining. Happy trails! So I'm happy that they now have a dedicated quest team and that we're going to have more consistent quests. I hope that we get some quests that were just kind of left on a cliffhanger, but I do think that this is very much a step in positive direction. Let's just hope that it really goes through and we get what they said.
The second part of the article is titled The Great Server Refactor. So recently turned 10 years old, and as mentioned in the previous blog, we want it to run for another 10 and beyond. That means we have to keep our coding architecture to a quality of level that allows us to continue working on it in the future. For that reason, we embarked on a journey to improve our servers and your experience. Here are some teasers of the several things we are working on. First of all, we are reworking the architecture of the server. Changing it from a big monolithic to a more modular system allows us to take advantage of the server instance hardware and, since the code will be more modularized, help us to add, modify and fix game mechanics more easily. Another improvement is to decentralize the server process, splitting it into smaller independent processes. With this change, we will be able to set each piece of the server process in different machines, giving us more power to process data, allowing us to implement new gameplay features in the future without compromising your experience. We are also in the process of decoupling game mechanics from the server process into microservices with their own database. With this change, we will take out load from the monolithic game database that is currently being used. As with the previous point, less load always means better experience and the ability to add more gameplay functionality for you. And last, we are creating tools and setting up an infrastructure for using test automation and stress tests instead of only relying on manual processes. With the stress test system, we will be sure that the server is actually improving, and we will have a way to measure the limits of it, so we can be sure your journey is to the quality you deserve. This is all for this tease. In the coming posts we will start to cover some of the topics in more detail, so if you want to know more about what is going on behind the tech scenes of Star Stable Online, stay tuned.
The next part is character update, which I did cover in my previous video, but I'm just gonna go over it again. For this month of February, we wanted to dive a little bit more into the technical aspect of character update. The research phase was a long and intense period where each answer was bringing more questions. We will detail here some of the key moments and challenges. It was clear very early on every feature upgrade we could implement would have to be analyzed by each team to identify the impact on their workload. We wanted to focus first on diversity and inclusivity, therefore our first steps focused on skin color, body shapes, and hair. It may seem easy to add more skin colors, but it's not that simple to make them look good. In Star Stable, our textures are hand painted and we're lighting the whole world the same way, as lights have a huge impact on performance. We had to experiment with painting highlights in a lot of different ways so skin tones don't look too shiny during the day or too dark during the night. We're happy with the progress we made so far, and we know that in the future we'll be able to have even better results following lighting updates. It is quite easy to understand how much body shaping impacts the game. Each animation, mounting, sitting on a chair, each piece of clothing needs to be remade or adapted. Our great developers massively helped building what we call additive animation, which allows us to mostly use the same animations for every body shape, and then add a specific layer to correct the differences. It's not only reducing the workload of the animators, but it's also better for the game's performance. We're still experimenting on clothes and have had positive results so far. On that topic, the challenge is not only the quantity, but also the fact that they have been created over a 10 years time frame, during which technology has evolved a lot. It is then harder, maybe impossible, to find a solution applicable on every item, so we'll also explore different options if those obstacles arise. It is really heartwarming to read all your positive comments on last month's post. You can see in the following picture how our 2D and 3D artists are working hand in hand to offer an amazing new character. We can't wait to show you more next month. As I said before, I think they're making a lot of steps into, positive directions, and I hope they keep going and actually deliver on everything that they said. But yeah, as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye!